Hey, it's Game Deco time again, and today we're checking out something kind of different. This is a text adventure game called I Will Strangle a Horse by Brain Mage, also known as Guy Kelly. I follow him on Blue Sky and saw him posting about this, and I think it seems absolutely bonkers. I've been meaning to play some text adventure type games on the channel here. I have a couple point and click adventures that I'm also trying out, and these are just my further expansion of my palette in, video games, especially indie games, trying out different things because I don't think I've done a text adventure game in a very long time, and I don't think I've ever really done one seriously. And this game is, from by all accounts, the opposite of serious. So I've been really excited to play this and give it a shot. The kind of pitch here is a comedy choose your own adventure game written by me, comedian Guy Kelly, about a man called Martin Jenkins, a man with one goal, one passion: strangling a horse. Does he know what a horse is? Is he aware of farms? Find out for yourself in this 7,000 word plus game of absolute nonsense. I have seen people talk about this, and the reviews are glowing, and I'm very, very excited. Begin your adventure. Yes, and go definitely follow him on Blue Sky. He's a good follow. You are Martin Jenkins, and this is your first day at work. You are thrilled to be working on the farm. You are not sure what the farm is or does, but you know you're happy to be here. Farm, you think to yourself contentedly. Farm. You don't remember the interview process or when you actually applied to work at the farm, but you do know that you awoke this morning with a terrific sense of purpose, a goal so vast and urgent that it feels like fire in your veins. Quote, I will strangle a horse. No horses were harmed in the making of this, by the way. You are standing at the entrance of the farm. The air around you is filled with what you can only assume to be the sights and sounds and smells of the farm, and it has a lot going on. The path in front of you splits in three directions: grain silo, tractors, and that kind of thing, and the farmhouse. I want to go over to the grain silo. You walk down the path towards the grain silo, farm ground crunching beneath your shiny new farm boots. At the end of the path, you see a large metal tube sticking out of the ground. It looks like a tree if trees were absolutely massive, made out of metal, and didn't have any wood or leaves or branches or anything like that. There was a tall ladder leaning up against the side of the tube. To the east is another path with a sign reading shovel, hose, etc. Back the way you came, a sign that says back the way you came. It says it out loud and you're not sure how. Already a fever dream. That's great. I want to climb the ladder. Maybe I can spot a horse from up there. You decide to climb the ladder. That seems like the sort of thing you would do on the farm. You haven't technically climbed a ladder before, but it can't exactly be that hard. There's no moving parts that you can see, and it seems to be just a bunch of sticks all cobbled together. I'm going to grasp the second rung. The second rung of the ladder is about 2 feet above the ground, so you sink into a deep lunge in order to reach it. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. If you grab the first one, it would be too low. Your pants have split in the most comprehensive way a pair of trousers can split. If this was the Olympics, you would have taken home the gold, and your name would be spoken of in hushed tones for decades to come. Unfortunately, this is the farm and not the Olympics. Instead of global acclaim, a flock of quasi-feral chickens attracted by the noise swarm around you and use their horrible beaks to go absolutely bananas on your taint. Ow. Die from quasi-feral chickens going absolutely bananas on your taint. You die from quasi-feral chickens going absolutely bananas on your taint. This is an agonizing process and only serves to embolden the vicious hens further. This, however, is no longer your problem because you have died from quasi-feral chickens going absolutely bananas on your taint. You have not strangled a horse. Return to the start. Okay. What happens if you click Martin Jenkins? Stats. Okay. Cool. So deaths 1, Martin's 1, Jenkins 1. I love the stats. That's so funny. I'm going to try it again, though. I want to go to climb the ladder, and I want to go to freestyle. All right, let's do this. You haven't climbed a ladder before, but honestly, it can't be that hard. It looks fairly self-explanatory. You stick your arms and legs out at 45-degree angles and tilt towards the ladder, interlocking with the rungs like the teeth of a gear. You roll your way up. Clack, 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 clack. You roll your way up the ladder perfectly and land on top with a satisfied mechanical thunk. In front of you is the top of the large metal tube. It's stacked to the very brim with what appears to be perfect, gleaming jewels. There's a sign which reads grain silo, danger of death. Do not jump into the grain silo. It is a terrible way to die. Do not do this. You realize that you are not sure what horses actually look like. Maybe these tiny gems are horses. So you could leap into the jewels with your arms outstretched, tentatively lean forward and attempt to touch a jewel, or decide that these are not horses and cogwheel your way back down the ladder. Let's do that one. That seems safest. We're going to go back the way we came. Shut up, you say to the sign. Don't talk to me. You're all wood and paint, and I'm some sort of human man who has to strangle a horse. What do you even know? Do you even know what a horse is? Says the sign. No, actually, no. Let's try that one. Fair play, says the sign. I appreciate the honesty. So as a reward, I will teleport you back to the where you came from. It is quicker than walking, perfectly safe, so long as you don't spend too long considering whether the you that comes out the other end is the same you that set off in the first place. Shout, I will strangle a horse and be teleported back the way you came, which is quicker than walking. Comes out. Okay, I'm going to do that. Oh, God. Right. You know how the human body replaces pretty much all of its atoms every 7 years or something? No way. Something like that. Yeah. Weird. So I guess it's a bit like that, really, given that all your matter vanishes from here and appears over there. I mean, there's continuity of consciousness, so even if your body changes, your mind is still the same. So I reckon it's pretty safe. So hang on, what about when you're asleep or unconscious? Doesn't that suggest that there's neither continuity of body nor consciousness of the mind? You have died of thinking too hard. Leave that to your Descartes and that next time, yeah? This is very fun. I like this. We're going to go tractors and all that. Tractors are usually in a field or so, right? Like probably horses out there. You decided to head towards the path that offers tractors and that, thinking cunningly that the unspoken end to that sentence might very well be, and that horse that you cannot wait to strangle. After a few minutes of walking, though, you find yourself standing in front of what could possibly be described as a barn. Enter the barn. Why would it be described as a barn? I'm going to just enter it. I'm going to just assume here. You push open that barn door and it opens in such a way that is immediately familiar to everyone, so utterly ubiquitous in occurrence, so fundamentally the lived experience of every human on earth that to even describe it would be a waste of everyone's time, unlike reading that sentence. Banks of gleaming tractors stretch off to your left, and on the right you see large, bulky trailers with horse box written on the side. Ooh, horse box, that sounds suspiciously like a box for, or by, or with a horse. I should check that out. Sure, you approach the horse box and press your ear to the wall. The unmistakable sound of hooves can be heard from within. You can feel it. You're closer to strangling a horse than you've ever been before. It is electric. You throw open the door and hurl yourself inside and prepare with your best strangling stance, which I imagine would be kind of like cowboys, you know, in that wide stance, but like specifically the Far Side cartoon where the guy has his legs like permanently stuck in that stance. You know the one. Here we go. You leap through the door and are met with a roar of a crowd. You look around, dazzled by bright lights, and you realize that you're standing in the middle of a boxing ring. And the letters ING that you spotted on the floor on your way in. F off, no I didn't. Raise your fists for what's to come. Might as well. The bell dings, and the voice of an unseen announcer takes the stage. In the red corner, weighing in at an unspecified pounds, is today's challenger, Martin Jenkins. The crowd whoops and cheers. And in the horse corner, weighing in at 1,090 pounds, it's Devil Shergar. Shergar? The crowd, it goes absolutely wild, like to the point where it starts to get awkward with how long it's taking. Just like all those like standing ovations where it's like, yeah, we had like a 14-minute standing ovation. Like, man, after like, I don't know, maybe 90 seconds, I'm checking my phone. Like I'm sitting back down. You're not here to box. You are here to clamp those steely fingy winglers. Fingy winglers. That is a phrase right there of yours around that horse's big fat neck. And whoops, he punched your head clean off with a single hoof. Your expression is one of shock. Shock at seeing the world from so many different angles as your decapitated head floats through the air, shocked at being biffed so hard by an awful horse that you'll be dead before you land in the crowd, and shocked that you didn't fully appreciate what you were getting yourself into with what noticing the ing and everything. You're a very tiresome person sometimes, you know that? Yeah, but I didn't get punched to bits by a horse, did I? So who's the real dickhead here? That's what I thought. You are dead of a horse punch. A horse remains unstrangled. So with that, I still have one Martin, one Jenkins, farm yes. I have died 3 times, and those are just 3 of the many different endings that you can get in this absolutely surreal fever dream of a game. I will link this down in the video description. This was pretty fun. I am probably going to continue playing this. I don't want to give away everything because it is a text game. I don't want to give away everything that this game has to offer, but if it continues being as much of a fever dream as this, it is exactly up my alley. I love this kind of humor. And I love that surreal nature to it. Really, really wild concept. But thank you to Guy. This is pretty cool. Go check it out for yourself because it is free. It's on itch. Like I said, link down in the video's description. If you do like casual gaming videos like this one, please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me play more text adventure games, ones that are maybe equally as fever dreamy or more traditional, please do tell me in the comments down below. What are some of your favorites? Because I have no experience in text adventure games, and I would love to know if there are some fun ones out there that I should play. Maybe ones without incredibly complex mechanics, because as I always say, I'm not very good at games. If you did like this video in particular, please do give it a like. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and reaching new viewers who also like casual gameplay type videos of all sorts of genres and levels of game development, from solo indie devs and kind of creative projects like this one, all the way up to AAA games, all different years, new, old, all that kind of stuff. I like to explore it all. If you want to support videos like this one, I do have a Patreon at patreon.com/gamedeco. You can join for free and just get updates when my videos get released. I'd love to have you. This week, take care of yourselves, take care of people around you, and please don't strangle any horses. This is fictional. This is just a game, man. You don't need to strangle horses. They already have enough problems. Have you ever looked up the physiology of a horse? Those things are an absolute mess. They don't need your strangling.